Has the U.S. effectively given the green light to a 21st century Cold War? It's a very valid question after considering a new resolution that was overwhelmingly passed by the House with a vote of 411 to 10. House Resolution 758 is a piece of legislation with the title strongly condemning the actions of the Russian Federation under President Vladimir Putin, which has carried out a policy of aggression against neighboring countries aimed at political and economic domination. That is the title of this resolution. And it makes a number of demands, including calling on Russia to stop supporting local militias in eastern Ukraine and the cancellation of Crimea's decision to join Russia. It also says military intervention by the Russian Federation poses a threat to international peace and security, which some critics have said could be used as justification to one day go to war with the country. One of those critics is former Congressman Ron Paul. Earlier, I spoke with him about this resolution, and I first asked him whether he was surprised that it passed with so much support.
Well, no, I'm not surprised they voted for it because I understand how legislation is passed in Washington. It's not with deliberate study. This probably popped up an hour or two before. Probably nobody read it. I went through the whole thing. There's 16 pages of it. And if they read it and still voted for it, there's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with them for not reading it, but I think the 10 people who voted against it obviously read it. But these are generally, just superficial in nature when it comes to discussion. But they're very, very important. And that's why I've been so upset about it, because the title of these things and the superficial explanation is, well, we ought to discipline Russia because they're causing so much trouble, and that seems to be the popular thing, and the members of Congress rarely read these, and then they go along with it, but they get themselves into trouble because I remember very clearly in 1998, a short time after I just went back to Congress, a resolution similar to this came up dealing with Iraq, and I took to the floor and took the time in opposition and said, this is a horrible resolution. Although it's not a declaration of war, it means that we are going to precipitate one in no time. And, 4 years later, we were at war with Iraq. Now, let's hope and pray I'm absolutely wrong on this, and that's why I'd like to alert as many people as possible. But it's this kind of stuff that stirs up trouble, and I'd rather dissipate the problems and have our government, tone the rhetoric down a little bit. And this was terrible. This is just a very provocative resolution.